Have you ever felt like everyone around you is just putting on a performance? Like they're all wearing masks, pretending to be someone they're not? I've been there too, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride when you start peeling back those layers. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey through the art of seeing through the facades people wear, including how to understand yourself better in the process. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to uncover the real person behind the mask and live more authentically yourself. The mask we wear. Think about the last time you were in a crowded room. Did you notice how everyone seemed to be putting their best foot forward, smiling, nodding, and making small talk? It's like everyone's on stage, performing their best role. It's a fascinating and somewhat unnerving experience, realizing that this constant performance is what many people use to interact with the world. Imagine this: you're at a social event, and there's this person who seems to be charming everyone. They're engaging, attentive, and genuinely pleasant. But as soon as they think no one's watching, their true colors start to show. They might snap at someone or show a side of themselves that's less than flattering. Why does this happen? It's all about the masks we wear. In public, we tend to project a polished version of ourselves, often influenced by societal expectations and our desire for approval. But when we believe we're alone or not being observed, the mask slips, revealing our true character. These moments, where we let our guard down, are the real indicators of who we are and how we truly interact with others. So, the next time you're interacting with someone, pay close attention to how they act when they think no one is watching. Their behavior in these moments can provide a raw and honest insight into their true nature. True character in relationships. When it comes to relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, people often start off by presenting their best selves. They're on their best behavior, trying to impress and win approval. But the real test comes when the initial excitement fades and the everyday interactions begin. Here's the key. Observe how they behave when they're not trying to impress you. Notice how they treat service staff, like waiters or cashiers. Do they maintain their kindness and respect? Or do they become dismissive and rude when they think they're not being watched? Imagine a romantic partner who's charming and attentive when you're out on a date, but shows a completely different side when interacting with a waiter. Or think about a friend who always fun at social gatherings, but distant and uninterested in one-on-one situations. These inconsistencies can reveal much about their true character. In relationships, it's essential to see beyond the initial charm. Understanding how someone behaves in everyday situations, especially when their actions have no direct benefit to them, will give you a clearer picture of who they really are. The facade in friendships. Friendships, too, are often filled with facades. We may have friends who are lively and entertaining in group settings, but show a different side when they think no one is watching. These unguarded moments are when their real selves come through. Think about that friend who's the life of the party, always making jokes and being the center of attention. They're the person who everyone loves to be around. But what happens when the spotlight is off and they think no one is paying attention? Do they suddenly become aloof or dismissive? It's in these less visible moments that true character is revealed. It's easy to be charismatic and engaging when you're the center of attention. The real test is how you act when you're not the focus of everyone's gaze. Pay attention to these nuances, and you'll get a clearer view of your friend's true nature. The Stoic perspective, Stoicism, offers a profound perspective on this subject. According to Stoic philosophy, virtue is just about how we act when we're under the spotlight, but how we behave when we think no one is watching. It's about maintaining integrity and kindness regardless of external validation. Here's a Stoic principle: observe life without judgment, and understand that people often show their true selves when they think they're off stage. For Stoics, the true test of character is how we conduct ourselves when there's no one around to see our actions. So, when you're evaluating someone's character, remember that the real measure of their virtue is how they behave when they believe they're not being watched. True virtue is not about performing well for an audience, but about being consistently good, regardless of who's observing. Unmasking the facade. Let me share a personal story. I once worked with a colleague who seemed incredibly supportive and upbeat during team meetings. He was always the first to volunteer help and praise others. However, when we were alone, his demeanor changed drastically. He became short-tempered and dismissive, unless there was something in it for him. This shift from his public persona to his private behavior was striking. It showed that his outward display of kindness was merely a facade. The real test of his character came when the audience was gone, and he was left to act according to his true self. Understanding this, you can see how important it is to observe how people act in different contexts. If someone can only be kind when observed, it's not genuine kindness, it's just a performance. The real measure of their character is how they act when they think no one is watching. Emotional reactions as indicators. Emotional reactions are powerful indicators of what truly matters to someone. When people react strongly, whether with intense anger or overwhelming joy, they're showing you what they deeply care about. For instance, imagine a colleague who usually maintains a calm demeanor but blows up over a minor change to their project. This reaction isn't just about the change itself. It's a window into how much they value that project. Their emotions reveal what's truly important to them. In relationships, if your partner gets unusually upset when plans fall through, it's a sign that spending time together is crucial to them. Conversely, if they light up when discussing future plans, it means creating shared experiences is a high priority. Emotions can reveal underlying values and priorities more effectively than words ever could. By paying attention to these emotional cues, you can gain a deeper understanding of what truly matters to someone. Personal example. I had a colleague who was generally easygoing and relaxed. However, when someone suggested a minor alteration to their project, they had an explosive reaction. At first, I thought it was just an overreaction, but as I reflected, I realized that their intense response was actually a reflection of how deeply they cared about the project. The lesson here: emotional outbursts often reveal what's important to a person. Understanding this can help you navigate relationships more empathetically. If someone reacts strongly, it's a sign that their emotions are tied to something they value deeply: defensive reactions and self-image. Defensive reactions often reveal deeper values or insecurities. When someone reacts strongly to a minor issue, it's usually a reflection of their self-image or a deeply held belief. For instance, if someone reacts defensively to being called unreliable, it's not just about punctuality. It's about their self-image as a dependable person. Stoicism teaches us to observe these defensive reactions objectively. When someone's emotions flare up, it often means that something they value is at stake. Understanding this can help you navigate sensitive topics more effectively and with greater empathy. Recognizing defensive reactions as indicators of deeper issues allows you to approach conversations with care and understanding, rather than judgment. Applying Stoic wisdom. Applying Stoic wisdom involves observing emotional cues and understanding what triggers them. By recognizing what causes strong reactions in others, you can approach interactions more thoughtfully and build stronger relationships. But there's also a valuable lesson for ourselves. When we find ourselves reacting strongly, we should ask why. Is it because the issue genuinely matters to us? Or are we letting our ego take control? Stoicism encourages us to reflect on our own emotional responses and understand whether they are driven by genuine values or by our own insecurities. Applying Stoic wisdom. Applying Stoic wisdom involves observing emotional cues and understanding what triggers them. By recognizing what causes strong reactions in others, you can approach interactions more thoughtfully and build stronger relationships. But there's also a valuable lesson for ourselves. When we find ourselves reacting strongly, we should ask why. Is it because the issue genuinely matters to us, or are we letting our ego take control? Stoicism encourages us to reflect on our own emotional responses and understand whether they are driven by genuine values or by our own insecurities. Understanding our emotional triggers can lead to personal growth and improved interactions with others. By applying Stoic principles, we can live more authentically and build deeper, more meaningful connections. Self-reflection and growth. Self-reflection is crucial for personal growth. When you notice strong emotional reactions in yourself, it's an opportunity to reflect on what truly matters to you. Are you reacting strongly because the issue is important, or is it a matter of personal pride or insecurity? By reflecting on these reactions, you can gain insight into your own values and priorities. This self-awareness can help you manage your emotions more effectively and make more authentic decisions. Stoicism teaches us to observe our own behavior and emotions with a sense of detachment, allowing us to grow and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. Embracing authenticity. Remember that the true measure of character is revealed not in how we perform under the spotlight, but in how we act when we believe no one is watching. By observing others' behavior and emotional reactions, you can uncover their true selves and build deeper connections. Embrace these insights to live more authentically and understand those around you better. By focusing on genuine interactions and reflecting on your own behavior, you can foster a life of integrity, empathy, and meaningful relationships. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's continue exploring the depths of authenticity together.